What up, G's? It's your boy, Prophet74. Today we're going to do another build. And it took me a while to set up this whole thing, labyrinth thing going on, lighting and all that stuff. So we're going to make it a little convenient for you guys to check it out and let me know what you guys think out there. We got a couple things coming up. First of all, we're going to start with the motherboard installing on this X71. It's a Thermaltake. It's a huge beast, but the thing is, I want this to be a gaming rig pretty much. It's gonna host a lot of emulator. It's gonna have the Dreamcast, the PS2. It's gonna have all the Nintendo on the Nintendo Wii. I'm just gonna load it up with a lot of crap in here, and it's gonna have a lot of Steam games too. So what I like to do is when we get together, pretty much a lot of times it's like people come over my house and they just want to play, so I want to set up this rig somewhere where it's going to be permanent. Nobody's going to move it around. I'm going to set up a big hard drive. We're going to talk about, not a big hard drive, we're setting up this 1 terabyte here, but the other hard drive is actually larger than this one, so we're going to set up a 2 terabyte, which I'll post it up right now so you guys can check it out. But just want to see that we're going to have to see if we're going to start looking into more things and setting up in here. So if you guys can hear me, let me know. If you guys can't, let me know too also. So right now this rig here, it's a huge monster, but the airflow of it, the reason I like this one is because of the airflow. It keeps everything pretty cool. It comes with these large fans like this. Let me put it here. If you guys, these large fans are awesome large fans that you could connect, and they light up. They're RGB, lighting. They look pretty nice at night, the dark. If you see that picture in the corner I have right there in the little rig, that's how blue they are. I like them a lot, and they come with the system built in, which is not bad. I also bought some extra ones, and we're gonna install a couple of things. So if you guys want to know how to install certain things, let me know. We're also gonna install on this machine. Let me show you a couple of things that we're gonna install on this system. We're gonna put in this this water cooling system for the CPU, NZXT. We're gonna set up this water cooling system in here. It's gonna go in here. Let me see if you guys can see it. Yeah, you guys can see it. We're gonna be setting it up, and it's gonna set up. I think on the top. That's where I'm gonna set up, somewhere on the top. So, are you guys okay with the audio? You guys can hear me out there? Good, good. So this is gonna go in here. I got good lighting today. And on top of that, we're also gonna set up this motherboard. I preset. It's not the greatest motherboard, but it's a really unique, inexpensive, cheap motherboard. You can find it anywhere for under $100 to $150, depends. It's an Asus Sabertooth Z97 Mark I. I was gonna increase larger one, but I went with this because it's simple. It's nothing elaborate about it. It has anything I need. It has all these USBs, which I wanted to get them. So right now, let me show you a couple things right here. All these are set up, preset, ready. They're ready to go. I got three. I got 1, 2, 3 USBs right here. 4 with the additional one, the bottom one, and then it comes with built-in HDMI and the display, and of course 2 NIC cards and two high-end, of course, 3.0, and then the audio, which I never even used. Right now, I just put in a couple of things in here. I set up the CPU already. Everybody knows how to set up a CPU, so I pretty much preset that up already. It's an i7, of course, i7, and this is I think it's the 87. I'm not sure, but it's a nice CPU, it's inexpensive. They're getting cheaper now, of course, after the i9 was introduced, but I prefer Intel right now on this one because it's easier to mount any water cooling system. Because
Acapro 90 Gamer, Armando Una PC.
Oh, what's up,
Acapro 90 Gamer, me gusta.
Oh, good. So you guys keep coming with the questions. Si tienen preguntas, ahí aviéntemelas. Si quieres preguntarme algo en español, yo te lo puedo decir. If you guys have any questions in Spanish or English, I could answer them. So right now we're gonna set up this motherboard in here. We got plenty of space on this sucker. Another thing is I have many hard drive spaces for this, and a CP, and also we have right here what we have included. We can include a CD player, DVD player, and an additional hard drive if you want. You can actually add a hard drive in here. This sucker has a lot of space for a lot of drives. And let me move a couple things out of here because I have a little mess out here with me, and I'm trying to accommodate all the stuff.
Acapro 90 Gamer, K Procedure ESYK Memoria LE Vasa Meter Una Hyper Ocual.
Oh, ¿qué memoria tengo? Let me see. I have 16 and 32. 30. I think it's let me see how much memory it is on this one. I forgot what I have. So let's find out. Let's take out one memory. And this is going to be 8 gigs. So 8 gigs times 4. Come on. There you go. Which is a nice little setup, all right? It's going to be 48 on that one. So there you go. There we go. We're back in it. So the memory is 8 gigs, 8 gigs, 8 gigs, and 8 gigs, all right? So we got pretty much all 8 gigs full. It's for gaming retro games. It's para jugar juegos antiguos. It's not the greatest games that we're going to be playing with, but it's a lot. It's going to be my retro system, and it's the
Montagueras, goddamn. Montagueras, nice machine you got there.
Oh, no problem, man. No problem. It's a big horse. It's a big animal. So I went cheap on this one. I didn't want to spend too much money on it. And I hope you guys can see the video. I try to put in enough lighting so when I start building it, you guys can see a little better. I could zoom in a couple of things if you guys can, if you guys need to see a little bit better. But right now, I think it's a good view right now from there, good eye view. So we're gonna go ahead and start right now, and we're gonna start mounting first the motherboard, and then after the motherboard, if you have any questions on anything, throw them on.
Montagueras, it is really good, brother.
Oh, thanks.
Acapro 90 Gamer, de Cuentos Terrace Omega's son.
Oh, thanks, man. And if you guys have any questions on any video cards that I'm gonna install, right now I have 2 video cards. I have this one right here, which is a gigabyte. It's an older video card, but I'm not gonna put this one. I'm gonna put the RX. RX, where are you, RX? Here you go. The Radeon 580. We're gonna put in the 580. The Radeon. This is an 8 gig video card. It's an awesome video card. If you guys ever want to go low budget, this is a really good low budget video card. It can handle any game right now, even PUBG. It can handle Fortnite. All the games that are out there that are pretty much set up. It'll be able to handle it. I'm not sure about Battlefield 5 right now. It's one of those things that I gotta look into it and I gotta test it out. I pre-ordered Battlefield 5 already. Just to let you guys know, they're gonna have Battlefield 5.
Acapro 90 Gamer, K Windows LE Vasa Inslatar La PC.
Oh, we're gonna put in Windows 10 Pro on this one. We're going Pro. Windows 10 Pro. That's what we're gonna set up on this computer. Windows 10 Pro. I already have preset it up already on a regular hard drive. I'm not gonna put in a solid state. I'm putting a smaller hard drive. This is a 2 terabytes. I'm gonna put this one in the back for additional space. 2 terabytes, and then I have a 1 terabyte as the OS. Unfortunately, the motherboard that I'm setting up does not support any M.2. That's the only bad thing about this motherboard. That's why it was cheap. It was cheap. I bought this motherboard inexpensive. It's not supporting M.2, which is too bad because I did have this M.2.
Acapro 90 Gamer, Q2 ES low minimo que gastas en armar una PC.
Whew, the minimum I wasted on a PC would be probably under $500. Not this one. This one I would say the tower itself is $130. The motherboard was $100. The CPU was like $300, I think, $300. And then the hard drive was cheap. The hard drives are like $50, $60, $20, $30. You could buy them cheap, inexpensive. Now this hard drive, I wish I could install this one. This is let me see if I can put it a little bit closer and you guys could see it. Let me take it out so you guys could see it and without removing the plastic. This is a 1 terabyte M.2 what is it? 970 Evo.
Acapro 90 Gamer, menos de $500 o más. Montagueras, could you tell me if my PC has good specs? It has an Asus regular motherboard, 8GB RAM, Intel i5 8400, 1TB and 128 SSD. GDX 1066GB. Mondagaras, or what should I get in addition?
Ooh, the 1060 is gonna come out of its retirement. So what I'm suggesting right now, if you're gonna spend money, spend it on the video card, because I'm gonna show you a secret that I actually bought and you guys want to check it out. So if say you have a cheap computer out there, and it cannot hold the video card, I'm gonna show you guys a little thing that I discover, right? So if you guys hold on, let me go get it. Let me get it for you guys so I can show you guys. You guys have a minute? I'm gonna show you a little secret there. I have it here. Let me see if I can bring it out and show you a couple things. Here it is. Ah, here it is. All right, found it. Inexpensive. So you have an old computer, even a laptop. Say you have an old machine. Even if you have an old laptop,
Aka Pro 90 Gamer, ESK to SD consiguiendo una PC más económica por so pregunto cuál es la mejor marca para instalarla o comprarla por internet ya armada no SEK convenga más?
Well, I'm gonna start with budgeting right now. If you ever want a budget and you have an old laptop and you want to play the latest games, spend the money on the video card. Get money on the video card. You know, the 1060 is really good, but it's already a low-end video card. I suggest upgrading. This is a low-end video card. This is 8 gigs video card. What you want to do is maybe spend on the next generation, on the RTX that's coming out. Get the cheapest one. It's only $400. If you can afford it, if you can save your money, because even if your computer cannot run those games, let me show you a little secret. I bought this thing, and I'm gonna do a review on it. I'm just opening boxes right now so you guys can check it out, and I'm gonna do a review on it so you guys can see it in the future. This thing it's a crazy thing. See it in this little small box. It costs $30. This thing costs $30. If you want to run Fortnite, PUBG, and you have a really good video card, you want to buy one of these. This could run on any machine, you know, that has a certain slot. So I'm going to show you something. So I don't know if you guys know about these things, but these things are like the next phase that are coming out. People are recreating all these systems. So this system, it runs a video card. It's for a slot. It's a PCI Express. So basically, you could plug this in. It's a docking station to run on your computer, to run on your main computer. They have one with
Aka Pro 90 Gamer, tu los armas YTE los quitas que los vents OSC los armas a alguien más?
I'll answer you right now. Ahorita te doy un resultado. So let me answer this first so you guys can see all the viewers that are watching out there. This thing is a little docking station for any kind of express video card you have. You have one of these and you can't afford a good computer, you buy a good video card. You could afford a video card, but you can't afford a computer. This thing locks in here. Let me show you guys how it locks in. There. It's a docking station that you plug it into your computer. You plug in the power connection. You could run any video game on your old machine from this slot, from this system. They have these things, these modules already that you plug them in. You do have to have a USB. It has to be a USB C type, right? That's the only way it's going to run. This is an older one, but the new ones come with Type C. So if you don't have a Type C connection on your computer, you could buy a slot with a Type C. They're $19. You could buy it in there, and it could run your video card on your old desktop, on any machine, even laptop. In fact, I bought this one so I could show you how to run through your old school laptops. And I'm going to play PUBG on these old laptops, and they have these slots already. It's not a Type C. This is a PCI, a mini PCI connection. So this thing runs pretty good on an old slot. Right now, it's let me unplug it right now. Let me take it off before.
Mondagaras, como puedes comprender lo raro que suena es voiceover?
tú amaste la... No, I don't sell them most of the times. I don't sell computers. I work in computers, so I program computers. I set them up, and I set them up for other people. But I don't really sell the computers. I don't make sales on any computers. I try not to, because there's a problem when I start selling computers. When I sell computers, people break them all the time, and then whoever sold them has to fix them all the time. I just don't have the time to fix people's computers all the time. I could upgrade your computer. If you have a computer, I could upgrade your computer for free. I'm okay with that stuff, but I will not support you from the computers, because there's no time. There's so many people out there that want a computer. In fact, I got family members that are always asking me, "Can you build me a machine?" I will build you one, but I'm not gonna be supporting.
Acapro 90 Gamer, que convien más armarlas o comprarlas.
Oh, I like to build them. Me gusta armarlas, because I want to know what's going in here. If you buy another computer on the store, they put all sorts of crap that you don't need it. You just want the best of the best, so you need to know what's going in your computer. You want to put in all the motherboards, and not only that, you want to get used to knowing how to fix them. Because if you fix them yourself, you'll learn how to do everything on the computer. I mean, from installing the OS to installing the BIOS. Your first computer that you built will be your most memorable computer. Now, before I even commence, just to let you guys know, I do recommend everybody on the channel that's watching this to do something very important. And before you start messing around with this, let me take it out so you guys can see it. Static. Always remove static from you. Always remove it. So one of the recommendation is that if you're ever going to work on a motherboard and you're going to install it on the machine, you want to make sure you have static free. So you put on a bracelet. It could be anyone. I normally don't use them, but I'm going by the book today. I'm actually going to show you guys how to set this up. So you want to make sure you have a static free system. You find a metal piece, a ground somewhere, and then you just ground it and you're set up. It's like a ball and chain, you know, pretty much. You walk around like this. You're married to the damn computer. So enough of that. Let's go ahead and set the motherboard up first. So right now we're going to set the motherboard up. I'm not going to put a cover here. I have a cover that's missing right now. I can't even find it where it is. So we're going to set up the motherboard. Put all the cables up here. But prior to setting up the motherboard, recommendation before you even put it down on the in there, I recommend everybody plugging it in first with the pins, because the pins are the hardest things to plug in. Right now, if you don't know what pin belongs to, look online, look for your actual motherboard, and they have manuals there that will show you exactly where to plug in. So right now, the hardest thing is I can't even read
Pudding or TV, what is that case? Pudding or TV, nice board. Pudding or TV, Asus.
Yeah, it's an Asus. It's a Cybertooth Z97 Mark 1, and we have a Thermaltake X71, a Core Thermaltake X71 large machine. I'm
Pudding or TV, very nice board.
Oh, thanks, man.
Pudding or TV, how many RAM?
This is gonna be, let me see, 16 and 16. We're pretty much 20. You know, we're gonna put in like around 48, somewhere on there, like 48 gigs, you know. So we're gonna try to see if we could do more, but right now, temporary, I'm putting all these memories first before. I have some more, but I think I'm gonna set it up and run it first before I start to the next process, you know.
Pudding or TV, very nice.
Oh, no problem, man. Hey, man, if you guys, this is your first time out here, make sure you guys give the like and subscribe, you know, because we need some loving out here, man. We need to get some subscribers out here. It's drying out, man. It's drying out, man. Anyways, I'm gonna start setting up the motherboard, but prior to setting it up, we're gonna look at the pins. And the pins, like I said, is the hardest thing to set up, and because it's legible, it's unlegible actually. You can't even see some of the stuff that's in there. And right now, what I'm trying to do is find the right pin. I see the negative, positive, and all that stuff. But lucky enough, I went ahead of schedule, and I got a picture of the actual motherboard. And I got a close-up look of the whole system, how it's going to go. So I'm pretty much set right now to set up the pins and make it easier for me. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the plate first, which is on the out external part of it. In fact, if I could put a picture of it if you guys want to check it out. So let me see. We start with the pins first, and we find the plate first, which is the negative and the positive. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set up the motherboard first, so I won't take too much time of your hands. We'll set up the process, and I'll set up the pins after. So make sure it lines up properly. And lucky enough, this tower already has preset for a motherboard. It's really awesome. They give you all the screws. They give you a bag of screws. They give you all this stuff ready to go. Look at that.
TV, you have a very nice setup at Latato's How One.
Oh, thank you, sir. Oh, you haven't seen something? Let me show you guys something in the background. This is my beast in the back. I call it the beast, all right? This sucker. You guys can't see it here, but this machine, it has a water cooling system. Let me see if I could get a close-up. I can actually zoom in a little bit more. This machine has a water cooling system. It has a reader. It's a Thermaltake machine. This one in the back. This system has a water cooling system for the GPU and the CPU all in one. And I have a video on it. If you guys ever want to go check it out, how I built this one. I highly recommend you if you ever want to learn more than just setting up a regular
TV, very nice at Latato's How One.
Thank you, sir. If you ever want to get ahead in advance on setting up computers, I highly recommend you guys to maybe set up one of these machines, a water cooling system. I try not to do the glass one because the glass takes a long time. I do it pretty much on the hose. I started doing the hose. Let me see if I have a picture of it. I'll show you guys a little demo here I have of how it looks like. I'm trying to do a multitasking here so I could have you understand. Oh yeah, here is the tubing. So this is the tubing that I use in the background. It's flexible. It's very flexible, but it's really thick. It's like 1 centimeter thick. So it's pretty thick enough to actually pass water. I mean, this thing is not made to last forever, of course, but it keeps it cool. The GPU and the CPU, I could overclock the system easily on the CPU and the GPU. So right now I'm running a 1080 video card in here. I'm running a maximum of memory. I think it's like 64 gigs of memory on that one. And it took me maybe a whole day to complete, but I did it in 3 days task. But because I was doing a video, it kept taking me a long time. So I'm not gonna upgrade this machine. I just upgraded it. It's completely done. The water's passing through. Everything's running clean. It tells me how hot it is. Right now we're really good temperatures. We're almost at 65, 67, somewhere on there. It's really good temperatures. It's not hot.
TV, you have YouTube channel?
Yes, I do. I have a YouTube channel. It's called Late to the Show. If you do channel, I do a lot of gaming there too. Also, a lot of hardware. I have the top video camera, top web cameras. Like right now, I have these two right here. This one and that one. I have a lot of video cameras. I have a lot of stuff, hardware. I do a lot of hacks. If you guys want to stick around, I'm gonna do some free hacking.
TV, I will check.
Yeah, it's called Late to the Show also too. And if you could filter it and make sure you guys subscribe out there and give some loving out there. Even here, if you guys first time on Twitch or first time watching me on Twitch or YouTube, make sure you guys subscribe and get some love out here and stuff like that. But overall, this is a big monster machine. I personally like it because of the airflow. And on top of that, you could add additional fans in here, which I like. These are the larger fans. They don't fit in here, but they...
TV, you will make more streams?
Oh yeah, I will do a lot more streams. This is my 5th one I do live streaming on a build. I do a lot of builds, a lot of computer builds. I do gaming machines, a lot of gaming machines, and I have another channel called Upgrade. The other one is just about computers, hardware, how to open computer, how to hack things, codes and stuff like that. Personally, I love a lot of stuff like that. How to hack your phones, how to do all sorts of things. I also bring in new products.
Puttinger TV, where are you from?
LA, California. I have products like this. This is an awesome product. I'm not even going to talk about it right now because I'm going to do a review on it. But if you ever guys want to know stuff about this stuff, how to use this stuff and play games and get an advantage, you guys come to the right place. But stick around, guys. I'm not gonna talk about it until the next video. I'm actually gonna do a video tonight probably on this stuff alone. This is a great thing to have. When I first bought it, I'm not even gonna tell you what it is, but it's an adapter to a lot of things, man. So right now, let's go ahead and put the motherboard together, and we'll plug it in as soon as we tied it out first. So right now, we're not gonna plug it in.
Puttinger TV, I already give you sub right now.
Oh man, thank you, brother. Thank you. And you know what? We're gonna have raffles too, because I have a lot of shit that I can't keep. I'm gonna raffle some shit out of here.
Mamma mia!
Hey man, thank you, brother. Thank you, man. I'm gonna give a lot of stuff out in a couple of weeks. I'm just trying to gather my stuff and make sure I could do a lot of stuff. This show is about gaming right now. This is all gaming. I do a lot of 3D printing. I do a lot of VR. If you guys like VR, I play a lot of VR games. I do a lot of stuff like I like a lot of characters. You know, those model characters. I collect a lot of figures. If you guys ever collect figures, let me see if I have one here. I'm a big Predator fan. So let me get that Predator going. I love Predator. If you guys like Predator stuff, I love stuff like this, man. Hey, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you, man. I love Predator stuff. I collect stuff like this. I mold stuff like this. I'm also an artist too. I do 3D games. I've made some games already. I have a game in for Droid and iPhone. It's called Teddy Poppins. I program a game. I do a lot of hacking, a lot of gaming, a lot of live streaming. I do a lot
Alex
of
the Great 49. Hi.
Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the show, Alex the Great 49. If it's your first time, man, give that like and subscribe. But we're going to talk more about this system right here. This is going to be a retro gaming system, but it's going to be capable of handling anything because we're setting up the RTX. Where is this? Where is the video card? We're setting up the video card, which is an 8 gig video card, a Radeon RX Radeon 8 gig video card. Really good, really compatible, and it's really inexpensive. Now, these were hard to find for a while. They were really hard to find, even though they're cheap. They were the hardest thing to find because people were using for mining. They were doing a lot of mining for Bitcoins. If you guys know about mining Bitcoins, this was probably one of the cards that was the most used and the cheapest one. Now, when it first came out, it was around $250. When mining started, it went up to $400 or $500, and then it went down. Now you can find them anywhere, but they're really good video cards. I recommend people buying these things. If you can't afford one of those NVIDIA cards, this is a good video card for gaming. Just gaming, I mean, itself. So it's not a bad idea to buy something like that. Now, on top of this video card, I bought this cheap, inexpensive power supply. I didn't want to spend too much money on power supply. 800 watts power supply. And I went a little cheaper on this one. So let's go ahead and open up, see what we get in here. And of course, we get the power supply. It's a nice one looking, you know. It's probably made in China, but who cares? As long as it works and it does the job, it does the job. So let me put this on the side. I like this stuff, you know. And I do a lot of editing on different kind of like machines. I like to modify machines. I like to set up different things. Like that machine in the back, it's all water cooling based. If you go to my channel, if you guys want to know more about streaming, I have a green screen right here. I wish I could show you my whole office, my whole room here, but I pretty much set
Alex the Great 49. What would the NVIDIA equivalent be to the RX 580?
8 gigs. It's an 8 gig video card. So the 1080 Ti is 11 gigs. The 1080 is around 8 gigs, I believe. So let me make sure, but it's around 8 gigs. It's probably more than the 1070. It's about the 1070 NVIDIA 1070, I would say, equal to a 1070. I would say, you know, they have about the same capacity. So if you like a 1070, if you ever work with a 1070, It's almost equal to it. It could run PUBG pretty good. Fortnite pretty good. Honestly, I run PUBG on this card before. It runs good. I don't want to run it again now that I have a 1080 Ti, of course, but I normally, once from time to time, we have LAN parties and somebody forgets their computer. I got another machine with a 1080 Ti. The RX 580, and it runs smoothly. As long as you have all the memory and you have everything running, and if you guys want to make your machine run faster, highly recommend you. Highly recommend you get one of these. Really awesome machine. Now this one right here, it's a 1 terabyte M.2. It's a Samsung, all right? This is a Samsung. It's an M.2. If you guys don't know what it is, let me tell you a little history about this, all right? So let me see if I have a couple of things here. Okay, this is a SATA drive right here. This is a solid state SATA drive. That means there's no moving components. There's no moving parts in here. It's 2.3 millimeter. I think 2.3 they call it. There's no mechanical parts in here. There's no heat. It doesn't retain too much heat actually. Now this one is a chip that kind of fits in here, but it's a different chip. It's a smaller chip than here. This one's faster than this one, of course. Now this one is a solid state hard drive, and this is also a solid state drive, but this is a M.2. This is just a SATA solid state drive. Now this is a mechanical solid state drive. This one has moving components. It has a spinning wheel. If you ever turn them in the back, it tells you right here, it shows you that it's a mechanical. There's moving components in here. This one's solid. That means you could drop it a couple times. If I drop this one, it might damage. So now a lot of people like to put this sucker on, but this motherboard here does not have a slot for an M.2. So for that, we're gonna do some magic here. I'm gonna show you guys something really, really good that I recommend you. So say you want to upgrade. This here is a SATA converter to M.2. It's a converter kit. It comes with the same connections. Let me move this out of the way. Same connections as a SATA, but you could install an M.2. These are inexpensive. They're like 20 bucks. So if you ever want to buy that chip I just showed you and put in here, this is an M.2. I put it in here, and it's a case. It becomes a hard drive. And you could drop this sucker. You could do all sorts of things. It's still gonna run. Same size. This kit is really awesome. If you ever want to upgrade your computers, this is really good. Highly recommend you guys. If you ever want to, if you don't have an M.2 slot in your machine, this is a great component to have. Inexpensive, 20 bucks I would say. But of course the M.2 is what you're gonna spend. The M.2 was expensive. We're talking about $300 or $400, the one I just showed you, but they're really quick and you want to put your OS on it. Now this is a solid state hard drive too, but this is an older one. This is a 580 Evo, and this is a 500 gig hard drive in here. And I'm gonna run actually the OS on this one. This is the hard drive that's gonna retain the OS. I'm gonna put the OS on this one and run it from the system. So right now we're gonna go ahead and start in setting up. And let me know what you guys also think about these things. And what games are you guys looking for? Because right now, I'm looking for a couple games that just were announced, like the World War III game. That game looks sick. I saw that. Oh my god, I was so in love with it when I saw it. I saw the World War III. The graphics remind me a lot like the Battlefield. Like Battlefield should have been. Battlefield should have been like that. One of those games that I love. Battlefield 4 and 3. Top favorite of mine, man. I love those games. And now that they announced this thing that there's going to come out, they're going to have a... So right now I'm using these flat heads, all right? These are little flat Phillips, if you see them. I don't know if you guys see them. These are the ones that go in the motherboard, all right? They cover pretty much the motherboard. So you got to make sure you put in the right screws in the place, because if you don't, you can mess up the whole thing. So right now, I got a magnet. I would recommend you get a magnetized hard screwdriver, so you could just a Phillips like this and find the right connection. Find 2 slots at least before, so before you start messing around, make sure it's nice and tight there. I'm getting another one, and I'm gonna put it on the opposite end, at least for the opposite end. We're setting that up. Any questions you guys have? Any hardware about hardware? This is like I said, this machine is not the best machine, but it's an inexpensive. I would say probably like $600 to $700. You know, it's not the $2,000 or $3,000 one. I actually built the other day a machine that was the ultimate build. It cost me $7,000 the machine, and I have a video on it. If you ever guys want to go back in there and watch it, check it out. It had an i9, and that i9 was like super awesome. It had 2 video cards, 2 1080 Ti's. Awesome machine. I wish I could keep it, but it wasn't mine. You know, it's one of those machines you wish you can have. You know, but it'll be mine one of these days. I'll probably afford it. But now, I think I'm gonna get the new Ryzen, the new chip that's coming out. So, it's a better chip than the 9.9, they say. So let's see how it goes. And I think I'm gonna go for something like that, inexpensive. But right now, the chip itself, it's pretty pricey. It's about 1,117, I think it is, somewhere around there. I gotta look at my pricing because prices change. It's now with the new tariffs that are coming out, they're gonna even be more expensive. I mean, stuff out there is gonna double the price on certain things because a lot of these things are made in China products, and metal's gonna go higher. Copper's gonna go more expensive. So a lot of these things are gonna double in price. It might not. If they make a deal, it might not. But for now, I'm not taking my chances. I'm gonna continue building and setting up these machines because you never know. Around the corner could be another set of tariffs or something. So right now, I set up all the screws in here, and they're all set up properly. I'm gonna plug in the pins later. I'll do it offline because right now it takes a long time to plug it in. We're going to plug in a couple of things here. We're going to plug in the fan for sure. And the fan's a 3-point pin. Plug it in here in the back. There's a space in the back here in the corner. And I could bring in the camera closer if you guys want to check it out. It's up to you guys if you guys want to see something. So here, set up the pin. I set up these preset so we could set up so I could set up the actual GPU and mount it to the CPU. I'm sorry. So that's set up, and we're gonna plug in the other ones. This one's a different pin here. In there. USB. And another fan. We'll plug in the easy stuff first. Audio. I like this one that has a bunch of slots for USB. That one has a lot of slot for USB. Now we're looking for the audio, and the audio should be here. Audio pinpoint. It's right here. Missing the pin. There we go. Audio, and we have another one, which is this one's a fan, and we got to make sure that we connect it. And we have plenty of fan connections. We have this one here, this one, and this one right here. I pretty much like it to keep it closer to the edge, so I tend to move it somewhere around the front, so I could have less connections running around. This is another fan here, and the other fan I could actually move it on this side too. Let's see. There we go. The thing I like about this motherboard, there's two built-in fans in here and in here internal. And of course, I have these pre-open. Let me see if I have this one open. Yeah, that one's open. For I could ventilate some air. Now, we are going to put in the water cooling system here. You guys see the water cooling system. This is a pretty neat little device. I love it. It's a NZXT. I can't even say it, but it's a Kraken one. It's a really good one. So what we're going to do is we're going to mount it up from the top. So it could get some air. Somewhere here, I believe. And we're going to put in the CPU on this side. But I first have to make sure that I mount these two cables. And there's enough room for the cables to move around. And enough to throttle down this thing. So hold on, let me make sure it fits. If it does, I'm gonna use these. Perfect. So this one here should be mounted somewhere. I gotta keep it away from the motherboard. Right here, I would say here, so it could get some air from the front. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Put it in there. You can actually put it anywhere you want, but I prefer keeping it away from everything because there's really nothing I have to cover. I don't have to cover anything. Here. Put it in here. So what I like to do is test things out first before I start plugging it in. Before I start mounting things in too also. I want to make sure that the cables are capable of reaching to the connections that I want because I have one here and I have another one here. So if I put this in here, I just make sure that there's enough air coming in here, flowing. So I'll probably put it halfway there. Let me see if I could take out. And what I like about it, they have this mesh that you could remove it. Let me see if I can mount one in here. Let me move the mic a little bit and find a location. Here we go. Found one. You know what? I'm going to magnetize the screw and plug it in. I want to mount the water cooling system. This is for the CPU, not the GPU. The CPU. We're not doing a water cooling system for the GPU today. There's not enough room. There's a lot of room actually, but I like to take my time on these. I don't like to really flex and set these up like permanent, like something I'm going to be using every day or something, you know. But if you guys have the funds and the money on it, go ahead and do it, man. It's up to you. So I plug in one of them. I'm just trying to see if I could find the other hole there. Oh, there it is. Maybe I'm going to have to move it. Yeah, I'm going to have to move it a little higher than that. You have to mess around with this. And it's not the easiest part to do on this one when you're building a computer. But the good thing about it is that these computers, this particular tower it's flexible. It has a lot of flexibility to do all sorts of things on this system. I freaking love this tower. Even though it's big and bulky, it's one of those things I do appreciate it. I do like it a lot. I like what they did with the thermal take. I'm trying to find the right set. Can't find it. Okay, I found one. And I could move it, slide it around, and I could find the other one. There's the other one. Perfect. We found two of them. So I'm going to grab another one. Set it up. See what you guys think. Are you guys planning to buy any computers in the future? Anybody out there? Oh, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Lift this up a little bit and bam, we got it made. We got airflow. Now the CPU part of it, I'm gonna put it in here, And there is another connection on the CPU. It's a USB that goes in here, and it plugs in here too. So we're gonna do that for later, but for now we're gonna go ahead and plug it in. But take this off, and it has a pre-cement already, so you don't have to really do anything. We just set it up. Oh shoot. There we go. Okay, I got a couple down. I'm gonna find the little nuts to set up and bolt them down. Oh, it has to go lower than that, so I'm gonna have to go lower. So I might have to put some washers. It happens a lot. When this thing doesn't fit, it happens a lot. Just put in some washers and you're all set. So right now it's a little high. It's too high for this thing, but it's perfectly fine because I got plenty of washers here. In fact, I got a bunch of them here. These are plastic, and I'm gonna put 2 of them at least in one base. And I do have some metal ones. I'm actually gonna do the metal ones too. See if I can run them. And the washers are really good and handy when you can't fit one of the connections in here. So I always put 2 of them or 3, depends on the level. And so you could keep it tight. You know, as long as you could tie it down, do whatever it takes. So I'm gonna put a larger one here, and that should do it right there for this side. And I gotta repeat the process on the other side too. I'm not gonna tie it down too much because then I have to tie it on the other side too. Yeah, that one's tied down pretty good, so we're gonna do 2 washers on this one too. At least crisscross them for now until you could get something going. Put the 2 washers in there. Space them really good. I think it's too tight on one end, so I have to loosen it up. Yeah, I had to loosen it up, and I dropped one of the washers. Great. Oh, I think I got it. Oh, I didn't get it. Damn it. Drop one of the washers in there. I'm going to have to pull it out somehow on the next episode. Just kidding. I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to try to do it. See if I can do it right now. So I just got to loosen it up one side first before I tie the other side. Put a large washer. Get some more washers in here. I do have my bag of washers in here. Oh, I dropped this. Alright, let's grab the washer before it goes anywhere. So I got this little thing here. Hopefully I won't cut anything. Ooh, precision. Got it. That one there. I gotta tie it down now. Long as it makes contact in the CPU, It's really good. I actually measured it, but I didn't think I was going to need a washer, to be honest with you. But it happens. It happens a lot. Last minute thing, you got to make changes. Now, it did go through perfectly, and it's not moving. And I think I made good contact with the CPU. I can see it from here on the angle. And it looks like it's in there perfectly. Now, we're going to do this one, which is the hard one. I'm going to see if I could get a flat washer on this one. Give it some more elevation, at least. I'm going to put a flat one here. Ah, damn it. Dropped it. But that one's made of metal, so put it in there. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Get the washer. I'm sorry I don't have small fingers. I got big old sausage fingers. It's hard for me to work on these machines sometimes. And if it is for you, you know, you can always take out the motherboard and do it from the outside too. You don't have to do it in place too. So I did put a washer just to make it nice and tight there. And I'm gonna see if I could tighten it up some more and make sure that there is no movement on the on the CPU. Seems like it's coming through. There's no movement right now. I still need one more. I'm gonna set that up right now. And I did drop a screw on this one. Great. But the good thing is I have plenty of screws in here, somewhere in here. We're gonna find it right now first. If we don't find it, it's okay with me. I got extra ones. So I'm prepared for this kind of moment. I got a bag full of screws for caps and everything. And all we have to do is find the right one, which I know which one it is. And it's good to have a bag of these things all the time, because if you don't, you're gonna be in trouble in these days where you have to modify these things and make changes to them. And you gotta find the right screw. It doesn't have to be the one that you bought with the machine, because sometimes it's not compatible with your computer. Oh, but here's the washer we need too. Found a washer. Got that one. Then we're gonna get this one out. The one I have here. I got a lot of screws. A lot of screws. But we're looking for that one particular one. That fell somewhere around here. And I just don't know exactly where I dropped it. But I got more. Like I said, I have more. Here. Oh, here it is. Here it is. I got a bunch of them right here. I must have put it in here. Got all these screws in here, but I don't have that one. Great. Great, 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 great. Where is it? Where would it be? I dropped it here. We'll finish it out. I'll look for it after the show. Right now, I'm just going to set it up. So I'm missing that one right now. And I will put it in right now as soon as I find it. But we're going to continue with the build. We're going to be plugging it in. Right now, in particular, this one right here has two connections to the CPU, to the CPU fan. So we'll plug it in here. There's one. And then we'll plug in the other one. And you got to make sure you have the right power too, because if you don't have power to accommodate these fans, then I recommend you make sure you get at least 700 and higher. All right, and it's not a big fold. The water's going to come in and go out the other way. The pump's going to pumping it up. This is going to light up. We're going to put in the power now. And the power, where did I leave the power? Jeez, I had it in my hand. Oh, here it is. Right behind the box. So the power is going to go in right now. See the power box? It's going to go in place right now. And there's plenty of connections here for everything. And it tells you right here, the blue ones are PCI. The CPU are the bottom ones. And then it tells you the SATA ones. So the middle ones are SATA. So we're going to go ahead and plug it in. And the way we're going to do is we're going to pick it up, slide it to the back, slide it to the front. I opened the back, that's why. Find the location where you want to plug it in, and that's it, pretty much. So let me make sure it's facing the right way in the back. And it isn't. So we're going to flip this one around. Actually, yep, hold on. We want to make sure the fan is sucking some air. That's the only reason I want. But actually, I'm going to plug it in the other way. This way is fine. We're either way, but I want the air to be floating one way, so it's going to be pushing the air that way, and that should do it. So I do have the screws here in place. We lift it up. Okay, there's one screw. We'll do the other one. Yep, here goes the other one. We're going to crisscross them for now so it can lift. Those two. Number 3. Three's in. We're going to do number 4. That's it. Simple as that. We got power. Power's connected. It's active. It's ready to go. We're going to start plugging things in now. And what we're going to do, we're going to see if we can flip this one over and see what else we can do on one end. Plug in the power, and why don't we do that right now? We remove the side panel here, the other panel. Remove the other one. So far the setup looks really handy, really good, really stable. I'm gonna tie them up and make them all a little pretty. The only thing is the pins. I'll do that right now in a bit. I just don't want to take too much time and show my bald head in the camera when I'm doing this. So I'm definitely gonna have to do this on another without you guys watching, because this takes a long time. Unless I could do it with the pins pointing one direction. Maybe I can. Let me see if I could do this better. Might as well get it done and over. So we got LED. You see the HD plus and the negative pointing one way. Negatives in the bottom and positives on the top. So we'll do that one then. We'll stretch out. We'll plug it in. So negative on the bottom. Okay, I'm looking at that one. That's one. And then I have I'm consulting my manual for this one, of course, you know, because I'm not going to remember all this crap. These are not the same in every machine. And then we got the pled.
Puttinger TV.
Hey, what's going on, man? You scared me right now when you came on. I just heard you come in. What's up, Putty TV? I'm actually connecting the motherboard right now. So the power SW goes on one side, which is reset in the ground. It tells you which one's ground, of course. On this one, the power reset. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug this sucker. Let me see if I can plug in the power LEDs first. So negative goes on the bottom. Yep, negative on the bottom. So this is negative. Yep. Goes on this side. This is the hardest part from the motherboard. But other than that, they're making them easier, where they just plug in, you know. They should just have one slot plugging in and it should be all uniform. But they make it so difficult. All these motherboards are very difficult. Sorry, I'm blind as it is, and I can't even freaking find the little pin. There we go. Now we have the power reset and the power reset and the reset button. So we're gonna put in the reset, which is on ground. Let me see, which is ground? Which is ground? Ground is that one. And okay, so it's facing out. Power reset is facing out, and power. So these two is power. Well, let me get up a little bit, and we're gonna plug it in where we could get power. So right now we're gonna do is power first. Power is here. Power, and then next to it is the reset. The last two. The reset buttons right here. That should do it for all the cables. And I'm looking at the speakers. It needs speakers. So I do have that one, which is right here. It came with this system. And this is for the motherboard speaker. So we're going to do that one right now. This one goes on the outside ground. 5V. So, and then it goes all the way to the top. So this is not bad. So I have to cover this whole unit right here. There we go. Speaker set up. It's grounded. It's all bass. I'm doing static free just in case. We're gonna flip this sucker over and start the next side. The next side goes right behind it because we want to make sure the motherboard's all set. The power supply, the CPU. We're gonna take this little plastic off. We don't want to run it with plastic. This lights up, of course. So we're gonna turn it on today. I guess we're gonna turn it on today. But let's just go ahead and flip it. Let me take these screws out so I won't drop them. And I'm gonna unscrew one more, which I forgot to remove real quick. Can you guys see it pretty good? Alright, we're gonna remove that. One more screw.
Puttinger TV, very nice build.
Thanks, sir. Thank you, sir. Let me remove one more. Take out the other one. Put this on the ground. I'm gonna flip it over so we can start passing the power. I like this part of it. I'm gonna talk a little bit about this part. The back end is pretty awesome. They have for another hard drive here. If you guys notice, I added this for the CPU water cooling system. You have to add this cushion in here. So it will be away from the static, and in case it falls or anything happens, it doesn't damage anything. Now on this part, I am going to put this hard drive in here. It's a smaller hard drive, but I'm trying to
Stagger dog woof woof. Yes, I had a question. When does the fun start?
When does the fun
LOL.
Start? When you just showed up. When you just showed up. If you guys don't know Stagger Dog, he is my cousin. That guy is always playing with me in PUBG and other stuff. But today, I'm taking a break and doing another build. And this is a build that I was planning for a while to do all these retro games. Put all these. I'm gonna put a lot of Steam games. This is a machine that's gonna stay static. I'm not gonna move it. It's just gonna stay here in the garage. When people come in and they want to play all these old school games, new games, this is gonna be capable of handling this stuff. We're putting a RX 580 Radeon video card, 8 gig video card.
Stagger dog woof woof, Guayayot.
What'd you say? What? What? Oh shoot. See what you made me do? That guy comes in there and always makes me clumsy. You make me nervous. You're looking at me. Anyways, we're gonna pass the power through. And right now, if you guys notice, there's power here for the. Let me get the power cords out. And the power system that I got, it's all color coordinated. I like this stuff. You know, they have like blue for what is it? PCI card. So this is a blue one. This is gonna go for the video card. Let's get them all out, man. I like this stuff. And then the CPU ones. We're gonna make sure the CPU goes to the GPU and all that stuff. So this one's important first. When you first buy it.
Stagger dog woof woof. No game today?
Yeah, I'll play in about. Give me 20 minutes. 20 minutes. I'm almost done with the setup. I'll be on. If you're gonna be on, I'll be on. 20 minutes. So here we find the connections, and this is what I like about this tower. You can work from the back of it, really good and convenient, and I like that stuff, you know. And it locks in. Oh, I think I did it the wrong way. Yep, this one. My bad. It locks in really good. I like the stuff that everything's accessible here, and then it has all these vents. You just throw them in there, so you could just, you know, you don't have to cable management right now. It's really simple, and you could tuck it back in here, and nobody's gonna see them. I like this stuff that everything's in place on this. This is a big mother effer tower. So we'll start with some more. Can I have some more? So let's start with some more power, more juice for the SATA drives now. Oh, wait a minute. Let's do the blue ones. We need a blue one. So we're gonna put this blue one. Actually, we just need one connection on one end and one on the other end. So they have all these that they give you. They give you a lot of them, because it is a 800. Oh, I need that one too. So they're all pretty much the same. So we're gonna send this one also to the back, and this one could go. Actually, this one could go on the other side. Might have to resend it back to the other side. All these slots in here, I like them. I like it that they have all these different connections for everything. And then this is for the PCI. This is gonna be for the PCI. Throw it in here. Hey Stagger, I got a question for you. Are you still there? Now this one, this is for the CPU. So we're gonna find the CPU one, which is right here. And of course, you can't mess this one up.
Stagger dog woof woof. Keep what you're doing, I'm just going to watch.
Okay, alright. So how does it look, the setup, the video, and the whole audio and everything? How does it look? Does it look good? I try to set up multiple cameras, different angles and stuff like that, so you guys can see a better, even a bird's eye view on the camera, so you guys can see everything I'm doing. I just want to make sure it's looking good. Does it look good in your end? Put this one in there. Put that one in there. Feed it. And we got all the power we need. Except for the SATA. We need the important one. This is the one that we're going to need. But you're not going to see this in the back. You're going to, in the front. You're going to see it through the back. It always goes through the back. So I'm going to plug in the
Stagger
SATA.
dog woof woof. Freaking better than before.
Okay, thank you, sir. So I plug this in. Plug this in. Throw it in here. Look at that. Then you could zip tie them all. And do all sorts of things. And then you have access to plug it in right here directly to the
Stagger
SATA.
dog woof woof. Great view, give you an A.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Lone Star, it looks good, sounds good.
Oh, thank you, sir. Then we plug it in. And we could tie them up here, make it nice and pretty. But before that, we got to make sure we run the actual SATA connections. And the SATA connection that's going to go into the motherboard, here. This one right here. We pretty much have to set it up where it plugs in properly. So right now, it's like plugging in like a puzzle piece, pretty much. And you can send it through the motherboard either slot. But I gotta find out.
Sick Castle 82126. Hi.
Hey, what's going on?
Stagger dog woof woof. And doesn't sound like you are far away from the mic.
Okay, the mic is right here. That's why. So I have it, and then I have a different view. What's up, Sick Castle? If you guys are tuning in right now, streaming on YouTube, Twitch, Mixer, and all sorts of places. But my main channel is the YouTube channel. I have a lot of things going on YouTube channel. I have a lot of hacks I'm gonna set up. I did probably like 20 videos today.
Die Hard Saint 52. Hello.
Hey, what's going on, man? If it's your first time, guys, give that love and subscribe to Late to the Show and help the channel out. You know, right now we're building a monster right now of a beast, but we're putting an RX. We're putting an RX Radeon, you know, 580, 8 gig video card, really good. It has all the connections.
Sick Castle 82126. I watched a grandma get raped by a squirrel behind a Taco Bell last night.
Damn! I don't know about that. That guy's sick. That guy's sick. So we're gonna flip it. It's a heavy duty, man. This is a 50-pound machine. It's not even with anything on it. It's almost 50 pounds by itself. So
Sick Castle 82126. Jews.
Let me see. So I'm gonna say you block them.
Die Hard Saint 52. Be do 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 be do.
Be dooby 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 Scooby Doo. Alright, so what I did now, I need to run this cable longer extended. So I'm gonna have to do it through the back. It's gonna have to come out through here and plug it in. So I know that this one plugs in here and the other one has to go way on the top. So I gotta flip it on the side again. And I gotta remember where I'm gonna plug it in. So this is gonna be for the GPU, which is gonna go right here or right here. Actually, I'm gonna put it here so I can put a secondary if I want. Now the SATA drive, it's a connection right here in the bottom. So let me plug it in. Let me send it back a little bit. And make sure I have the right ends.
Die Hard Saint 52. The fat coal in your ass.
All right. You, sir.
Emery Bonial. Sick Castle is a jerk.
Yeah, I know. Don't worry, I blocked these guys out already, man. Thank you, sirs. This is a channel of a peace channel. I don't know why you guys come in cussing and screaming, you know. But I appreciate you guys watching, you know. But I don't need none of that, you know. We could do it when we're streaming. We're trying to keep it nice and clean today, so please, guys. So here we're gonna flip it back again. Actually, I'm gonna put it on the side for now, so you guys can send. So I can send some of the cable way on the top. Actually, it's gonna go here. Let me see. Here, probably. The middle one here, and then the top. Okay, all right. So flip it back again. All right, this is gonna be a hard one right here because I gotta send the CPU one all the way back. This is gonna be a long one here, and I don't know if I'm gonna have room. Shoot, is it here? Damn, I might have to extend this thing. Might not be able to plug it in. I don't know. That one for shizzle has to go here. Or
Emery Bonial. I kissed a girl and I liked it.
You like that song, huh? Alright, so here we are. We're setting it up here. It looks messy right now, but we don't care about the mess right now. What we want is just to make sure that it's completed. So right now, we're going to flip it back.
Stagger
again.
dog woof woof. You need to block the people who's been rude.
Yeah, I did that. I'll do that right now. So this one right here, whew, it's going to be a long one.
Emery Bonial, can you sing or dance?
I could do both. I could do both. So we're just going to try to see if I can plug this sucker in because it's a long connection. I actually need a, I need a longer connection. I don't think they make them longer. This one is not long enough to plug in the back and send it back. I think I need to find another one.
Emery Bonial, show me your skills now.
I'm not gonna do anything today. I'm not gonna sing and dance. Oh, lucky enough I carry a box of all these extra connections, you know, longer connections. This is great. It's black. It's black and it's long. It's perfect for you, Emery Bonnie. This is because I ain't gonna dance for you, man. And then let's do some more. So I got plenty of connections now, and I do have an extended one. So this one right here that I just got out of it, I'm gonna try to see if I could twist it and plug it in, because it's one of those things that it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be really difficult to plug it in one way. I would have to probably redo this one, but this one right here, I think I could plug it in and send it all the way back. And if it's the same size as the other one, then it's no good to me, because they did give me extenders too, like this one right here. This is an extender for GPU. Ooh, this will work. This will work. I think I'm gonna have to use this one. We'll use that one right now in a bit. But I want to see if it's as long as the other one. So this is about the same. Oh, actually, it's a little longer by a couple of inches, you know. So it's not that bad. We'll use this one then. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug it in first. Plug it in the back. Make sure I do have enough space. So I got to plug this one in here. And then send it to the back. These are a little difficult to do sometimes. It's just like 4 on 4, and it's not easy. Like, there we go, that one. And then this cable here, I do want to do it through the. I'm gonna send it here and see how long I could extend it to. Send it all the way back. This one has to go all the way to the extended of the actual power. That's gonna be hard. This one's probably the most difficult one right now. And I gotta find a way to actually extend that one. And I think I figured it out. Let me unplug this one first. Plug it in here. Plug this sucker here first, and then we'll send it to the back. So that's one right there. And then we'll just twist it here. Now we can send it. We can concentrate on the back. I dropped something. I don't know where I dropped. Alright, it's a plastic. Alright, we're good. So now I gotta send this one all the way back here. Redo that one. This one's plugged in. It's on my way. But this one right here is the most difficult one. Actually, it's not that bad now. Now that I have this set up. Unplug this one. And we are in business for that one. Lucky I had that extra one, because this tower would not be able to. You can't put that. This is a long cable, so it's long enough so it could reach. So that was perfect. Now this one right here is the one I'm gonna have problems sending all the way to the back. Jesus. Let's see if I could have that one. And we did it. We did it, Dora. Alright, this one's good. It's all good in the neighborhood. I'm going to do cable management here in the back later. We're going to clean it up. Right now, I want to complete this one. So that's why I'm kind of rushing it right now to complete it and power it up. I just want to see the power turned on this one, and we'll call it a day. Alright, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to block this guy here. Sorry, guy. I don't know who you are. But I appreciate you coming down. But keep your comments to yourself. If you're gonna ruin the setup, it's up to you. You know, it's however you want. But try to keep it calm, guys. You know, some of the stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and plug it in right now in a bit and power it up. But before we do that, we're gonna set up the hardest part here, which is not the hardest part, but it's the most easiest part. But the hardest part is to turn it on. We're gonna see if we can measure this. Damn, I think I did too short on this one. I might have to move it to this end. But this one's the one that these. Oh, you know what? I could bend these. I forgot about that. Yeah, I'll tie them up here somewhere in here. Yeah, I'll do that. So right now, I'm gonna set them up where I could reach them out right there. Those two need to be removed. So let's go ahead and remove those two screws. I'll remove these 2 screws. Damn. That's 1. 2, because it takes 2 slots on the PCI Express. This PCI Express, they're changing them, you know, the next version of it. I'm not sure on the new video cards. I'm gonna pre-order one, but not yet because I want to see some reviews first. I was gonna pre-order one actually, but I want to see some reviews first before I order any of the video cards, because they're pretty expensive, and they got feedback from another video developer that it wasn't good. So I'm gonna hold off on one of them. Now this is the part I'm a little concerned, because it is hitting. Let me see. Put this down here. Put it in there. There it goes. So we made contact in here. I'll plug this sucker in. I think we're gonna turn it on today, folks. Oh. We are gonna turn it on. As soon as this video card goes on, the build is done. Shoot. And then go through. What, this one? Oh man. Let's go ahead and plug in the last one here. And I think we'll be in business. Oh yeah, it's not moving. It's nice and hard in there. It's not hitting any of the electronics. Now we're gonna plug in the GPU, and the GPU is very simple. It has already preset already, and we don't have to set up the secondary connection. Just plug it in here, and I think we're in business. I think we are in business. So, whew. Am I missing anything? Memory. We got the hard drive already with the OS already included. So, you know what? Let's plug this sucker in. Let's plug it in. Let's go ahead and turn it on. What do you guys say? Yay? Yay. Let's see. I'm going to turn it around because I want to plug in the... I want to get image in the back of the TV behind me. And I do have a couple of connections on here. If I could find the right one. Here we go. Alright. Where's the HDMI? HDMI right here. HDMI. Plug this sucker in. Turn on the TV behind me. Get the power supply. Ooh, I think we're done. I still have to connect the USB to this, but the USB is only to get information from the motherboard from the CPU to the motherboard. So right now, we'll plug this sucker in here. A little closer. Plug the sucker in. First time turning on. Let's see if it smokes. Let's turn on the back of the TV. TV, turn on TV. Where are you? There we go. Got the TV on. Power just came on. Look at that. Woo, look at that. I like the sound of that. Long as it's not smoking. It's cooling system in here. Cooling in here. Let's see, it comes up in the back. Come on, signal. Am I in the right signal or not? Oh, you know what's missing? I think it's because I need a keyboard and a mouse. Shoot. Luckily, I have this right here in handy. Just turned on right now. I just heard the clicking. And let's check on the signal here. If I can remember how to do this stupid thing. Okay, signal. Whoa, what do you say? It came on! Like Donkey Kong! On a matter of time. So we are going to upgrade a little bit. We're going to put more fans in here, fans in here, fans in here. We're going to light it up. We're going to do a Christmas light. right now, currently, the lights are turning on in the front. I'm getting the Windows working update on it already in the background. It's working. We're going to set up the last pin here. We're going to make sure this thing doesn't touch that. We're going to zip tie it somewhere else, because I don't like this part right here. I might have to move this part even further in. It's blowing out air here. CPU cooling. I'm not sure about the cooling. I got to check the specs. Fans in the front are sucking in air. Everything seems like it's cooling. The power supply is blowing air to the bottom. OS is running from here right now. We're going to put in a different OS. We're going to actually put in a solid state hard drive. We're going to run the OS. I'm going to clone it to run the OS on here and set it up so it can run faster, because I don't like this mechanical drive. We're going to do that. And I think we're pretty much set. This machine came on. I'm still waiting for it to complete. All in one day. But the good thing is I had everything ready in place. I had all sorts of things. You guys saw me set up the pins. Probably the most time I spent was on the pins, to be honest with you. The CPU, I had it really preset. Some of the screws already set up for, because I kind of had measurements already of how much it was going to take. I did my homework before I started streaming, because I wasn't going to be halfway done and then come back tomorrow. It just took me how long? An hour and 26 seconds to put this sucker together. It could take me less, but because I'm talking to you guys, it makes it fun. So you guys are welcome to come in anytime. I'm going to bring in some more stuff and see what you guys can see some more. But right now, it seems like it's picking up all the stuff. It's loading up. Oh, just to let you get a preview, guys. Let me set up some stuff so you guys can check it out right now. A preview. Mouse number 1. Mouse number 2. Mouse number 3. Mouse number 4. And then we got mouse number 5 somewhere in here. 5. And we got number 6 in the house right now. So we're going to talk about which one's the best mouse for you and what you buy and what I recommend you. And you'll be surprised, because we're going to do a video on that, but I'm not going to do it on the live streaming. I'm going to do a more thorough intake on that video on mouse, because these are important. These are pretty important. So when you purchase a mouse and you want to game, you know, you want to be able to do certain things, you know, certain buttons. I like this one, but this one's not my top choice. All right, I'm gonna let you guys know this is a dark core, Corsair, but we're not gonna talk about it today. We could talk a little bit about the Logitech. You know, this is the 900. I do have the 602 and then the wireless one. I like this one, but it's not my type choice, man. You'll be surprised on the top choice that I choose and I play with, man. I have more fun with the new mouse than these mouse actually do. These are very expensive. I prefer the cheaper ones, to be honest with you. They're much better than these. I mean, I was surprised that I could spend more time on some of these. This is another one I'm going to talk about, the Corsair. This is the sniper button one. This is a really good one. But we'll talk about some more. We'll do a little review on them and what you can do and the metal that you could replace. And I mean, there's some great stuff. And this is the one I'm going to be raffling. But we're going to play a game on that. We're not going to make it easy on you guys to get this. This one's a wireless mouse, and I'm going to open it up so you guys can see it. I'm going to raffle this one, but not today. We're going to do on the next video when I do the mouse review. I'm going to raffle this one. And this one is, it's a pretty good one. All right, that was just the box. It's a pretty good one. And the rolling wheels, the multiple buttons. Of course, the USB's in here. USB's here, wireless, and chargeable batteries. 2 different modes. We're gonna raffle this one, all right? And it's gonna be a scavenger hunt game that we're gonna play. Not a scavenger, but you gotta have to watch the video to win this. Whoever comes up with the first answer on the clues I'm gonna put out on the video gets this for free. You might not get it in one day. You might get it on the next video, but I'm gonna continue doing it until somebody gets it right. So this is the mouse. It's brand new. I probably used it a couple times, you know, but just to test it out. But other than that, Really good mouse. We're gonna put it out there. It comes with the USB in here, of course. It comes with the case. I'm gonna be sending this to somebody's house. But you gotta win it. You gotta win it. This is, I like the case itself. I'm gonna raffle this one, all right, on the next video on the mouse reviews. So keep an eye on it. Other than that, we got the whole computer set up right now. It's still running right now. It's still generating. But I'm not gonna continue streaming. I'm gonna go inside the house and I'm gonna play some PUBG right now. So if you guys like what you see, make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the and let us know what you guys think. I mean, this is a little simple setup. I just did it right now. The light's not turning on. I just noticed because I must have to plug in the USB. So I'm gonna do that too right now. Other than that, if you guys like what you see, please make sure you subscribe to Late to the Show. I'm your host, Prophet74, and we're out. We are out. Good night, guys. I'll see you guys in a bit. Oh, there's Windows. It just came up. We are in business. So I have some more stuff in store. Before I kill it, I was talking about this thing. It's a little hack that you guys are gonna love. I was blown away when I saw that. Anyways, if you guys like what you see, make sure you subscribe. I'm your host, Prophet74, and we're gonna be out. We'll come back in a couple minutes, and we'll see you guys later, right? Thank you for watching, guys. Good night.